Sonic Assault, welcome back. Welcome to Rockville. I'm here with Paolo from Trivium.
How you doing?
You guys just played a set a little while ago, right?
Yeah, it was nice. A nice quick 30 minutes, but it was intense, and the crowd was amazing.
That's awesome. So you guys were just down at Earth Day Birthday,
Yeah.
right? And then up here for Jacksonville. Where are you guys headed after this?
We're playing Fort Rock tomorrow in Fort
Okay.
Myers, and then we head north and join up with Seven Dust again. We're playing off dates together, and we've done 3 so far. It's been great.
Amazing. So tell us a little bit about the band and its influence. I mean, you guys have been burning up all over satellite radio. We've got you guys streaming on our show and on our station.
I mean, the band started in 1999. That was before Corey and I were in. That was when it was a local act. But, you know, around 2003, 2004 is when it took shape for what Trivium is now. We started touring, like 04, and it's been just a crazy ride. You know, we've been with Roadrunner since then, and it's just, you know, building and building each record, and kind of, you know, every time you come out with a new record, the scene changes, everything changes, the landscape changes, and you have to find a way to adapt, but, you know, retain what you are. And that's kind of our goal every record is, how do we bring Trivium, how do we bring Trivium sound to 2016? How does it sound fresh? How does it sound unique and different when people have heard so much from us in the past? And how do you keep building that? And that's always the big challenge for us. And with this record, it was, you know, we really wanted to make sure that we made a record that could really cut through in America and cut through at rock radio and bring what Trivium is, you know, because the last few records we've had songs. We've had songs like Strife or Built to Fall. And it's like built us up, and with this record we've been able to really kind of finally kick that door in, and it seems to be working. And, you know, we haven't had to sacrifice a lot of the heaviness, and it's just, you know, we made the right songs that seem to be connecting with people.
Absolutely, and that's one thing I noticed too, from the transition with Strife to Villainy Thrives to Until the World Grows Cold. And I find that's a little bit more of an emotionally charged song. It has kind of a plea inside of it. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, I mean, that was, you know, when we were doing the lyrics and the song, I mean, the music was done before the lyrics, and we knew that we were going to have to kind of match the emotion of the music with great lyrics that kind of represented what, you know, something, you know, kind of a, maybe not a cry for help or something, but like desperation and trying to like achieve something. And, you know, we kind of used our own history as a band of like, you're just trying to like get over that next hump or trying to get through that next door as a band. You know, you're always fighting for something, and that was kind of what the lyrics were based around. And, you know, we were able to make something that was definitely based around our story, but that, you know, for anyone listening to it, I think could apply to their own challenges with what they're doing. And you know, it's not just about struggles, but also about, you know, breaking through and not stopping and keep going for what you're trying to get to in the end.
Yeah, Shoeless Joe just joined it out with
How are you, brother?
Paulo from Trivium.
All right, man, we just caught your set. It was great.
Thank you very much.
So you guys from Orlando, right?
Yeah.
What part? I went to UCF.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah. Best 6 years of my life.
Awesome. Yeah, UCF is huge now.
Yeah, it's too big now. What part of town are you from?
Well, I'm actually from South Florida,
Right
but
on.
the other dudes live in College Park area.
Yeah, right on.
Okay,
Winter
great.
Park. Right on. Yeah.
So not only does Sonic Assault air here locally in Jacksonville, but we are also on the famous and now lively streaming Rock 100 DIZ.
Awesome.
So the old WDIZ down there in Orlando. So you guys have been
cool.
playing there for a little while too.
Nice, awesome.
So you guys are home cooking.
Good.
It's awesome, and we love it. So tell us about your tour experience so far this year, ups, downs.
It's been like pretty much just up the whole time. We started off the tour with our first UK festival headlining set in at Bloodstock, and it was just an unbelievable way to start. And we pretty much it's been headlining or co-headlining ever since. We've gone overseas already a few times, got a few more trips overseas coming up, and it's been great. You know, it's getting in front of new crowds and really taking, you know, this album out to the masses is the goal.
Absolutely.
You guys are real dynamic, man. I love your sound.
Thank
lots
you.
of triplets, lots of freaking. I love it. Is that obviously it's conscious, but how much do you put in, or is it just kind of something that happens?
I think just with the way we are as players and writers, we're just very eclectic with what we listen to, even within just rock and metal, and we let that come out in our songs. We don't try to like be like, well, we have to be like this. This is like
Right.
the dogma of what Trivium should sound like. So by doing that, we've had some really unique songs come out that I think if we would have been like, well, we got to kind of stick to this because this worked once and we shouldn't really stray from that. We've just been like, all right, that worked once. Now what's the next thing going to be? And that's kind of our goal.
Yeah. Well, you guys, I love your dynamics, man.
Thank
the
you.
back end is just
Thank you.
so full. So
Thank
full.
you.
It's great. We work with a lot of independent bands, man, a lot of up-and-comer garage bands, stuff like that. If you could give me any advice, what would you tell the guys who are still in the sniffing butt stage?
Yeah, I think, don't try to fit like a box that is working for some bands. Don't try to compare yourself to things that are working. You have to be individual. You have to be unique. It's a really easy trap to get in. When you see a band doing something right, you want to maybe emulate what they're doing, and you could take influence from someone. I get influenced by old and new acts, because I listen to so much, but you can't compare what they're doing to what you're doing. You have to do your own thing, and it's tough. It's very tough, but if you have persistence and you have talent, you'll have a chance.
It's always interesting to know, man. What was the first album you ever bought?
First album. The first full album I ever bought was actually No Doubt Tragic Kingdom.
Oh,
which I think is still a great
excellent
song.
choice.
Great song.
Yeah.
The first single I ever bought was Lump, that President's in America.
Yeah, that
was like really big when I first got it. And I had a cassette of Gangster's Paradise.
That is correct. Coolio's finest.
Yeah. It had the blank side without the lyrics, so you could rap to it.
So you could freestyle if you would choose
and
to.
Thankfully, I didn't pursue that.
Definitely in a much better place now. So
You guys do a lot of good crowd work, man. You got really get everybody pumped.
Yeah, I mean, I just take it, or I'd say we get that from just all the bands we've toured with. We've toured with some of the best, Iron Maiden, played shows with Metallica, Machine Head, just bands that are like the best live bands that there are, and it pushes you because when you're playing against those, not against, but when you're playing with those bands, if you want people to remember your name, you need to bring something. And every tour we've ever done, we've learned something. Playing with like a Disturbed or Avenged Sevenfold, bands that just have great live shows, and you have to be able to bring that no matter what. Even if when we go to Europe, we have a big stage show, got all the bells and whistles. But if you strip that back and there's no songs there, if there's no playing, you're just, I don't know. For us, it's not always about just production. We got to be able to do it without that stuff, and that's an important thing for us.
Because these garage bands are starting out. They don't have producers. They don't have all the toys yet.
Yeah, I mean, all that stuff is just icing on the cake. It's not the thing that makes your band. It's the playing that will make your band.
So what's next big project?
The next thing we're doing after this is going to Europe for like a month.
Man, that's
playing
a long
festivals.
swim. That's a really long swim.
Yeah, it's big. Got a big trip ahead of us, and then we're doing a couple more festivals in the summer. We're doing a Chicago festival, I think, by the same dudes, Danny Wimmer, all those guys. Heavy MTL as well, which is in Montreal. It's a great festival.
Yeah, we're on in Montreal.
Yeah.
They love us up there.
Yeah,
They do.
So we're coming up there, and then I don't know. We got some stuff being planned for the fall, so it's too early to say just yet, but it should be badass.
I hear you. One more thing. What's the worst show you guys have ever played?
Worst.
What do you think? We always like to get people's horror stories.
Man, I mean, we've had a lot with like technical stuff. I mean, I think the hardest is like if a crowd's just not feeling it. And we did a tour with Children of Bodom in like 2005, and love those dudes. But we were on in between them and Amon Amarth, right when Amon Amarth was just coming to the States too. So they had a really hardcore, elite fan base, and we were like this new band, right in the middle of two Euro bands. So it was we were the odd men out.
Yeah.
Very, very
gig,
bad.
Man, throw you in the middle like that.
And we played a show in San Francisco, and actually Rob Flynn was there, and he got to witness it himself. It was brutal, but we just didn't relent. We didn't kind of let the crowd win out, and I feel like if anything, we came out of there with a lot of respect from people, because you can't let people get the better of you, because there are people in there that want to see you, that love you, and if a sizable part of the crowd is just really not giving you a good time, it's just you got to work through it, work them into your use it to your advantage, get the energy going. I think that's what we did, and that was a big lesson for us, because that was one of the first couple tours we had ever done. I mean, we had just done Ozfest, which was great,
Sure.
and that was our first time really running into people just not digging what we do, you know, and you have to learn that lesson at some point.
You gotta do what you do, man.
Yeah.
People will figure it out eventually.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Paolo from Trivium, thank you for stopping by with us.
Thank
Sonic
you.
Assault.
Appreciate it.
Real quick, where can they find you guys on social media and the web?
You can take Trivium into Google and you'll find every site that we're on, good and bad.
Damn one of them.
Every last one.
Yeah, everything good and bad, it's there.
Awesome. Thank you so much for stopping by. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
More Sonic Assault after this from Rockville.